Madam Speaker, I rise today to present two articles of impeachment against Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
We preview the long-awaited next steps in the upcoming trial of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas after his impeachment by the House of Representatives. It's been more than 7 weeks since the dramatic 214 to 213 House vote to impeach Secretary Mayorkas back in February, and Speaker Mike Johnson is finally sending the articles of impeachment to the Senate.
On this vote, the yeas are 214 and the nays are 213. The resolution is adopted.
According to their own rules, the Senate must convene a trial the day after the House managers present the articles. This being the Senate, however, they can change those rules as they see fit. This means that while Majority Leader Chuck Schumer must act on these articles in a timely manner, a trial could start the same day after the November elections or even during a newly elected Congress next year. The impeachment resolution against Secretary Mayorkas accuses him of high crimes and misdemeanors through willful and systematic refusal to comply with the law and breach of the public trust. The resolution, introduced by Georgia Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene, alleges that Mayorkas failed to enforce immigration laws effectively, secure nation's borders, and protect American citizens.
Article 1 charges him with willful and systemic refusal to comply with the law. And Article 2 charges him with the breach of public trust.
While notable Democrats believe this impeachment is a sham,
Republicans are trying to relitigate court decisions through a sham impeachment, but the Constitution doesn't allow that.
after the papers are delivered to the Senate, Leader Schumer will be forced to make a choice on how he wants to deal with the impeachment. He could call a vote to dismiss the charges without a trial, he could motion to defer the impeachment to a special evidentiary committee, or he can encourage the chamber to proceed with a full trial, where all the senators must be in attendance, acting as jurors in the case. If the Senate goes forward with the trial, here is an idea of what to expect. House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green leads 10 other managers who act as prosecutors, arguing that Secretary Mayorkas is guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors and should be removed from office. Mayorkas will come with a team of lawyers who will argue his innocence. The two teams sit at specially arranged desks in the chamber as the prosecution and defense take turns presenting their case. Unlike a presidential impeachment in which the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court presides, President pro tempore Patty Murray is expected to preside by issuing rulings and precedents, which the Senate itself can sustain. All 100 senators, including Senator Murray, are sworn in and act as a jury, hearing the evidence, listening to witnesses, and ultimately voting to decide the outcome. Since a conviction on each article requires a 2/3 majority vote, it is unlikely that Mayorkas will be found guilty in the evenly divided Senate. While the trial itself may last several days at most, investigative work may postpone proceedings by many months, as occurred in the case of District Court Judge Thomas Porches. In fact, the Senate retains the right not to act until 2025, having negotiated terms for President Clinton's trial between December 1998 and January 1999 during a new Congress. The Senate has never convicted a cabinet secretary, and the last such trial has not been held since 1876. So, the impeachment of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas marks a pivotal time in American history. The Senate chamber now decides the future of Secretary Mayorkas, while the world tunes in. Catch all the action as it happens on FedNet TV.